Alright guys, we back with another video, man. We have another exciting video today talking about Gin in Bleach Soul Resonance. You might have seen Gin across many different type of trailers for Aizen, and we're going to talk about his full kit as well. I did make this video way back, but when Aizen came in, I had to like drop it because obviously Aizen was first, not Gin. We all thought Gin was next. So that's why today I am going to talk about leaks and stuff. So guys, listen. It is not 100% confirmed that Gin is coming next, so I'm gonna be true to that. But today we will be discussing some of the leaked full kit skills for Gin, as well as take a look at some of the actual in-game footage that the official channels released for Gin in Bleach Soul Resonance during the Aizen trailers. We're gonna cover through all that right now. Alright guys, so we're gonna react to this new Aizen trailer that popped up globally. So there's been a lot of Aizen trailers, and have you noticed that every single of these Aizen trailers has Gin popping off from these gameplays? So as you guys already know, Aizen is absolutely so freaking beautiful, bro. I already made a full showcase on his skill sets. Guys, you gotta see that if you guys haven't seen it. Like, bro, it's amazing. They're gonna switch out to Gin right here, and look at that. New actual gameplay. Alright, we gotta go through the sequence right here on his basic attack. Rapid strikes, backstab, full circle, and then a jump strike right there, bro. Oh my god, look at the impact. So looking at the skills right here, we got something loaded up, as you can clearly see. He probably did a technique. And then there's another skill that's popping off right here. So there's like a pop-up skill or something, a variation to his technique skill. But check out these three highlighted icons right here. So I'm not sure what that is. Probably a charge up, right? And then we got the ultimate right there, right? So the description of these techniques and ultimates I'm going to talk about soon, but you know, they might change. But still, this sequence right here, oh my god, looking absolutely amazing. Bro, I can't wait to see all the skills for Gin, guys. So what do we know so far about Gin based off of the leaks? From way back, we know that he is thrust type as well as DPS full assault. That could also change, right, because of the leaks and stuff, but that's what we know so far. But we got more information before Aizen dropped on his full kit. Let's talk about that. Basic attack right here, guys. So basic attack, impale him, Shinso. And right now, all these skills are at level 1. We're gonna talk about the max level on this particular ultimate, guys, but that we're gonna talk about later on. But let's talk about the basic attack. Gin swiftly strikes the enemy in front of him 5 strikes with Shinso, dealing damage equal to 328% of attack, inflicting 35 impale scale. Impale scale is some type of his gimmick, right? And that is part of his passive ability, which we're going to talk about later as well. Gin also accumulates spiritual pressure, like usual, basic attack. And then he also has a sub skill, right? Some certain characters within the game, you know, has a variety of skills. And this is a different variety. Tap basic attack after triggering a perfect dodge, releasing spear rain or blade sundering spear. Gin rapidly impales the enemy with Shinso, dealing damage equal to 240% of attack and inflicting 15 impale scale. Accumulates spiritual pressure on hit. So this is also really nice. He adds in impale scale, which is his passive ability, and then he deals a nice, pretty much good damage and gains spiritual pressure right there. Any type of characters with a sub skill attached to his basic attack is really nice. Gives you a lot of variety on the combos, and I like that. But we're not done here, guys. We're not done here. There is more sub skills added to the basic attack. Special attack, lightning thrust. Sub skill 1, spear thrust. Press and hold basic attack with 50 or more spiritual pressure. Gin thrust forward with Shinso, dealing damage equal to 220% attack and inflicting 10 impale scale. Gin gains 1 technique point if the attack hits the enemy. So this is, I believe, entirely new. 50 or more spiritual pressure and a new sub skill pops up. And this time a new technique point is stacked, and that technique point is another form of his gimmick, where he will be using that for his technique skill, which we're going to talk about later on. I'm going to pretty much say later on all the time, because Gin is so complex. He's so good because of the variety of skills he could actually hit. Then we have sub skill 2, Spear Rain. Quickly tap basic attack when spiritual pressure is no less than 50 after performing a spear thrust. And that's where the connection is going, guys. So sub skill 2 is connected with sub skill 1 on the special attack. So quickly tap the basic attack to do this. Gin leaps over the enemy and extends Shinso to attack mid-air, dealing damage equal to 330% of attack and inflicting 20 impale scale. Gin gains 1 technique point if the attack hits the enemy. So this is what I talk about variety, guys. This is exactly why Gin is like a complex character, because there's so much variety of skills you could actually come up with on his basic attack. All of this I'm talking about is from his basic attack. There's gonna be a hold, there's gonna be a tap, there's gonna be a pop-up skill and all that. Yo, this is exactly what One Piece Fighting Path characters are like, and they're bringing it to freaking Bleach Soul Resonance, bro. Insane variety. There's a lot more sub skills coming for the technique skill, guys. So I've been talking about the technique point and all that stuff. We're gonna talk about that in his technique skill, Shinso Unsheathed. So press and hold the technique button with 2 or more technique points, and this skill depends on how many technique points you have. So Gin enters the charging state, consuming 2 technique points per charge to boost the technique power. Releasing the skill or upon depleting all technique points triggers an attack corresponding to the total points consuming during the charge state. During this time, Gin is invincible during charging, right? So this invisibility is also part of Tojiro as well in one of his skills as well. So he has it too, invisibility, so that's really nice. And here's where it gets very interesting. So depending on how many technique points you have, let's say you consume 2 technique points, thrusting spear. Gin instantly extends Shinso to attack the enemy, dealing damage equal to 170% of attack and inflicting 10 impale scale. Sub skill 2, Serpent Shadow Spear, consumes 4 technique points. Gin extends Shinso to attack all enemies with a fan-shaped area, dealing damage equal to 340% of attack and inflicting 20 impale scale. 6 technique points. Gin quickly slashes the enemy multiple times, then dashes beyond the enemy and launches them into the mid-air, dealing damage equal to 510% of attack and inflicting 30 impale scale. Guys, so many variety. This is exactly why I love Nuverse, guys. They don't disappoint with characters. I'm telling you, the variety is going to be insane, and I'm really interested on consuming 6 technique points, because man, the dash behind the enemy launches them into the air. Oh hell yeah, bro. I want to see that and combo that with Tozen. Go. Switching to Tozen and Gin is gonna be freaking perfection, guys. This is insane. So let's talk about the ultimate. So his Bankai, Kamishimi no Yari. Gin fast approaches the enemy and performs multiple slashes. He then releases the Bankai state and launches a fatal strike much faster than speed under the Shikai state, dealing damage equal to 1450% of attack and inflicting 50 impale scale. So this is from his base form, like his base level right here, guys. So I've seen somewhere in the leaks that this damage multiplier goes all the way up to 3,500 plus. I've seen it somewhere. I don't know if it got removed or not, but that's actually insane. I'm gonna talk about his ultimate once again, because his core stamp actually buffs ultimate damage as well. Bro, this guy's ultimate deals so much damage than all the limited characters that are available in Bleach Soul Resonance right now, guys. Bro, and I thought Ikaku's ultimate was like freaking OP. This guy is gonna just shred through bosses like freaking like butter, guys. Game boss fights is gonna be so easy right now. So like other Bleach Soul Resonance characters, there's gonna be some skills for his counter as well as his dodge. So Gin sees the enemy's opening and counterattacks with Shinso, dealing damage equal to 580% attack and inflicting 30 impale scale. So at this point, he gains actually 2 technique points here if he counters successfully. So it's very crucial to land your counter attacks. So let's talk about dodge. Dodge is very interesting, guys. Use flash step to avoid attack before being hit. Perfect dodge inflict true time freeze on the enemy for 1.5 seconds. Are we talking about some type of like immobilization or something? They can't move for 1 second, during which gains 50% attack speed and 25% movement speed for a cooldown of 15 seconds, and then gains another 1 technique point on triggering perfect dodge. Wow, that's a lot of stuff, guys. Attack speed buff, movement speed buff, and applying some type of immobilization for 1.5 seconds. Yo, this Gin is dealing a lot of things, bro, from everything. This is just insane. We're not even done yet, guys. Like, man, the passive abilities on this Gin is freaking mind-blowing, and I'm still continuing. Literally continuing, guys. They created a freaking monster, guys. I'm literally telling you. Like, damn, if this is what we're gonna see for the next SSR character drops, my god, bro, my god. So let's talk about the core passive, 100 Blaze. So this is where his impale scale comes into play, guys. So this is very crucial. So Gin attacks inflict impale scale on the enemy. Whenever impale scale reaches 100, triggers impale once, dealing damage equal to 400% of Gin's attack at the target. So except for Gin's attacks, his teammates special attacks, techniques, battlefield skills, ultimates, and counter attack also inflict 10 impale scale on the enemy as well. So this is really nice. This gives you an additional type of attack once it triggers up to 100 impale, right? And then it gives you that damage of 400%. Really cool. So let's talk about the other passive abilities. Disguise. Every time when impale is triggered, Gin has a 50% chance to gain 1 technique point. That's really nice, right? We need those technique points for his technique skill and passive boost lurking. When a teammate, battlefield skill, or technique hits the enemy, inflicted impale scale by 30%. Okay, pretty cool. And impale damage increases by 90% for his passive boost 3. Okay, so as you can clearly see, Gin is designed based off of that impale scale ability, as well as his technique points for his charged attack on his technique ability right there, technique skill. So damn, guys, I think we're done. We're pretty much done with Gin at this point, but we have to talk about the core stamp, guys, and the weapon stamp. But man, this is a beautifully built character. I can't wait to see how he plays out. So let's talk about his weapon stamp. And his weapon stamp is based off of how many times the impale ability has been triggered. So if it's triggered once, Gin techniques deals a lot more damage. It stacks up to 3 times. If it is triggered 2 times, crit rate increases by 15% for 20 seconds, unstackable. And if it's triggered 3 times, Gin actively counters once, dealing damage equal to 750% of attack, inflicting 40 impale scales and gaining 2 technique points. And Gin's attacks inflict impale scales at a higher rate. So his weapon stamp is freaking good based off of his impale scales. As much as you like trigger it, you will get added buffs on the number of triggers. So really nice, really like that. And this is where Gin gets really interesting, because not only the fact that his ultimate is has a high damage multiplier, his core stamp increases ultimate damage. This is exactly why he differentiates from all the limited characters currently in Bleach Soul Resonance. And not only that, every 1 technique point consumed increases the next ultimate's crit damage by 10%. Stacks up to 12 times, guys. Oh my god. This guy, Gin and Tozen and Kisuke, is looking like a crazy lineup, guys. Wow. Alright, guys, so that is basically the quick rundown of the full kit for Gin, as well as weapon stamp and core stamp. As you can clearly see, my excitement is like off the charts right now because how well this character is developed. And once again, it is not 100% confirmed that Gin is coming next, and also not confirmed that these kills might be true, but you know, I want to bring the hype for Gin as much as possible for the next SSR character. So if they are dropping this same schedule like we have for Toshiro and Aizen. Most likely Gin will come, if they follow that same schedule, on the first ever week of January. So stay tuned for new updates and news on this channel. So with that, man, hope you guys liked the video, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.